How are you there, Chau?
I'm here.
How are you today, Chau?
I'm right.
Good. It's Saturday in Vietnam. Is it rainy there today?
No.
Okay. It's starting to get a little rainy in Japan because a typhoon went to China first and then it brought all the clouds with it. So finally, we're going to get some rain because,
Teacher, is this fine in Japan?
well, it was fine last week on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, some clouds started, Tony.
Do you have anything news?
Any news? No, I'm just teaching you guys today. Then I have to prepare for the writing class tonight. So it's going to be a busy day, but I don't mind, Tony. Are you busy, Tony?
I'm busy with my homework.
Oh, homework. What's the most difficult homework for you, Tony?
Not very difficult.
Yeah, math. Yeah, math was very difficult. I haven't.
But
Yeah.
some math that it's about just oh it's
Hmm.
it I think it teacher say it is very difficult, but I see it not very difficult.
Oh, all right. It's funny, Tony. I was talking to my old school friend from 50 years ago. We've been friends for 50 years, Tony. And she was telling me her memory is really good. She was telling me just yesterday who the best math students were in middle school and high school. And I didn't know that two of the girls were really good math students. I was really surprised by that they were so good. I didn't know. Vicky and another girl were like our top math students. All
But
right.
sometimes I see the maths, I am very angry because it
Yeah.
is very difficult.
Yeah, see, my math got really difficult in middle school. So I went to a lower level math class in high school. So my mom and dad were disappointed, Tony, because I was a good math student in primary and middle school. But then in high school, I wasn't very good. I became a very good social studies student.
No.
Hey, Tom, how are you? Thanks for that great presentation, Tom. You work so hard on those things. Your gestures, the things you describe, the way you describe them, all very good. I want to play some of your video clip for the students. Is that okay?
Yesterday I have nice score of math.
So 9 out of 10, Tony?
9 out of 10. Yes.
That's excellent. That's 90%. That's what my wife Makiko used to get. I'll show you guys a picture of my wife Makiko sometime soon. She was the top math student. She always laughs when I showed her my math books. She said, those are too easy because Japan is very advanced in math. By the way, Tony, did you know Vietnam 2 years ago won the world's top math prize in math competition? And many countries around the world want to study how Japan teaches math to their students.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, a group of Vietnamese secondary school students won the top prize in math. So you guys have a really good math system in Vietnam. Let's see. Hey, Kat, how are you, Miss Kat?
I'm great.
And what are you going to do today in Ho Chi Minh City? Anything special?
I still learn English.
Yeah, study English. Do you like English?
Yes.
All right. I'm happy to hear that. Okay. Hey, who's Pony? We have a Tony and we have a Pony. I saw Pony 2 weeks ago. Pony, are you there? Tony and Pony. Pony, how are you?
Yeah.
How are you, Pony?
You mean Toby Tony?
Oh, wait, you're Toby. We have Tony and Toby and Pony. You guys, this is getting crazy.
Get this.
Hey, Pony, where's Pony? I want to talk to Pony. Pony, how are you? I didn't talk to you last week.
I'm here.
I was sorry I didn't see your name last week, so I didn't talk directly to Pony. All right.
Okay.
And now I'm talking to Toby and Pony and Tony. All right, you guys. All right, you guys, let's start. I want to start with a presentation. Let's start with Mr. Tom's presentation because Tom remembered to use, correct debate language, and Tom remembered to use gestures for his face and his hands. Overall, it was a really good thing that Tom did. He worked so hard on it. So thank you for your hard work, Tom. And so let's see what we have here from Mr. Tom. One moment, please. And we'll go to Tom. Tom, 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 Tom. And there is Mr. Tom. Okay, here's Tom, everybody. And I'll put this on share screen. Hopefully there won't be any
Hey
problems.
guys, my name is Tianda. I'm 10 years old. You can call me Tom. And today I'm going to talk to you about my project. Should students have the right to wear uniforms? The first part, I'm going to explain you why. But in my opinion, I think students should have to wear school uniforms. Here's why. Students in the United States aren't bullied as much as us in Vietnam. So there are some choices that we don't know what happens. But that's clearly enough. Every day in the United States, a student has to face two dangers. One is being bullied, and second is also scared because if they wear something like, if they enter a school that doesn't allow students to wear school uniforms, this will make them a bit nervous because like for example, other students, when they're rich, have been able to afford many different types of clothing, which makes others jealous. Most of them were poor people, and so they were like forming up gangs so that they could steal their possessions.
All right. Tom, it's excellent.
And
I'll
also
just
they
do
have
about
made
2 minutes of
really
that.
a lot of mistakes, and some of them.
Tom, really nice work. What I like, Tom, is you remember your what are called your talking points. It's like when you use your fingers, you're counting off your points, and that's a really good style or technique to remember point by point what you want to say. This way you won't get nervous, you guys. If you touch your fingers, you go, okay, point 1, point 2, point 3, because you memorized it. And in a debate, you might get nervous and you might lose your thinking. This happened to the American President Biden when he was debating Trump in June or early July. He's an old man. He's 82 years old. He started to forget his points and he was mixing stuff up, and people felt really sorry for him. So if you do like a touch memory, touch your fingers like Tom is doing, it helps you to remember. It's a really good one. You guys, let's do one more of these because some of you did written responses, and that's fine too to do a written response. And so for the written responses though, can you, for today, can you read your written response? So I'm gonna get these here. One moment, please. If I could get my folder to work. Okay, so autumn debate, let's see. We had, I checked this one here. Should school students, this is, let's see. Yeah, this is quite good. This is Kelly. So Kelly, are you here today? Ms. Kelly. So we have Shelly and Kelly. Kelly, are you here today, Kelly? Huh. I'll tell you what, if I can't find Kelly, let me just look here. We have Tony, Tom, Toby, Shelly. Shelly, are you there? Hey, Shelly, how are you? Shelly, how are you today?
I'm good.
Hey, Shelly, can you read this work by a student named Kelly? I don't know if she's here today, and she worked on this debate topic. It's pretty good. And would you like to read this here?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Schools also require students to wear school uniforms in both public and private schools. School uniforms can contribute in enhancing students' focus in the learning environment by reducing distraction related to clothing learning to clothing choice. Students can dedicate more mental energy to their studies. The uniformity in dress had created a sense of discipline and order, creating an environment conducive to learning. Another important reason for implementing school uniform is to ensure student safety. School uniforms can play a role in reducing gang-related issues by preventing students from wearing clothing that indicate an
Gang affiliation.
gang affiliation. This can contribute to a safer environment in and outside of school. Additionally, school in uniform make it easier for teachers and administrators to identify students, which in keeping track of them on school grounds and during field trip.
Yeah, very good. Nice reading, Shelley. Kelly, you are here. Hello, Kelly. Kelly,
Hello, teacher.
Kelly, you did a nice job on this. The only thing I would say is start the debate with this one. You're on a 3-person team, so you can say our team advocates for wearing school uniforms for several reasons. So Kelly, this is excellent work, but just add that, to start out a debate. Our school advocate, our team, because it's a 3-member debate team, our team advocates for wearing school uniforms for several reasons. School uniforms can contribute to enhancing student focus in the learning environment. By reducing distractions related to clothing choices, students can dedicate more mental energy to their studies. The uniformity in dress helps create a sense of discipline and order, creating an environment conducive to learning. Another important reason for implementing school uniforms is to ensure student safety. School uniforms can play a role in reducing gang-related issues by preventing students from wearing clothing that indicates gang affiliation. Kelly, that's a really important point. Tom mentioned that a lot of bullying goes on in Vietnamese schools, but in America, cities like Chicago, my hometown especially, teenagers from age 12, 13, 14, 15, they get into gangs that actually carry guns. So there are gun detectors in schools because it's such a serious problem. And they wear different colored jackets to show that they're part of a different gang that sells drugs. It's really terrible. And sometimes they actually shoot each other outside the school. So it's a really serious issue. And Kelly, I'm glad you put that in your debate. You wrote, this can contribute to a safer environment in and outside of school. Additionally, school uniforms make it easier for teachers and administrators to identify students, which aids in keeping track of them on school grounds and during field trips. I like that part too, Kelly, because when we are on field trips, the kids run around the museum or the zoo, and then you lose kids. It's like, where did that child go? If the teacher can see like 50 meters, oh, over near the lion cage is one of our students, then you can shout, hey, somebody run there and get that student. He's spending too much time near the lions and it's time to go eat lunch. So that's a really good point, Kelly. Thanks so much. All right, you guys, there it is. 2 really good examples, Mr. Tom's and Kelly's. So I'll stop that share there. Let me show you what I have for today. Last week, I introduced this idea of affirmative team, which means affirmative means you support something. You think it's a good idea. Now, for today's class, we have to go into what's called the negative team's response. This is called the negation or opposition team. Means we don't support the idea. Here's our idea, and I'll show you what this looks like on a piece of paper. But I need somebody to read for us. I want to give everyone a chance to read. So let's see. I talked to Tony, and I talked to Tom, and I talked to Kat, and I talked to Shelley. How about Kevin? Are you there, Mr. Kevin?
Yes.
Hey, Kevin, can you read this first part here?
Write on your homework. For today, let's work on negating what the team supporting school uniforms has stated. We can use one of these negation statements. Start with whichever one you like, and then possibly use others, throw down your negative response. Remember that in debate as the supporting or affirmative team, you will present your ideas to the judge and audience for 4 minutes. And then the negative team will go through your arguments for 4 more minutes to show weak points in your presentation. It's a tough process, and it's important not to get sad or angry when the other team begins to find problems with your first arguments. Here are the negations or opposing team starter statement.
All right. So great reading, Kevin. Excellent reading. So what we're doing is we're doing rebuttals. Let me show you this word one more time. We learned this last week, and so I want to show you one more time. The word rebuttal, it's really important in debate, you guys. Here it is in English.
Rebuttal.
Rebuttal. Rebuttal. And then this one.
Sự bác bỏ.
Okay, rebuttal. So important to learn in your debate. Rebuttal. You could say, here's our rebuttal, but it doesn't sound so good in debate. You could say, here is our response. So Kevin read the first part. Let me just read the 3 red ones by myself because it's important to use enunciation and power on these words because they're so important. Thank you to the affirmative team for presenting their case. However, we must respectfully disagree. The negative team disagrees with this view. Contrary to what the affirmative team suggests, we maintain blah, 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 blah. And so blah, blah, blah looks like this, you guys. Students always laugh when teachers say blah, 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 blah. But that's what the dot, dot, dot means. Dot, 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 blah, blah, blah. And so on. In English, dot, dot, dot is and so on, or etc. You guys try to use and so on, and etc., etc. is from Roman speaking 2,000 years ago, Latin. They say etc. It's spelled etc. The pronunciation of etc. is etc. Means in English it just means and so on. So I see in your writing some students always do the 3 dots. Don't put that in your writing, you guys. Instead write etc. etc. with a period at the end, etc. or and so on, right? And use that in your speaking and your writing for debate and writing, you guys. It's really important that you guys learn that. So let me show you what it looks like. And this one we can have somebody read the rebuttal, the sur buk bao, or however you say it in Vietnamese. The rebuttal. Who can read this rebuttal? Ms. Kat. Oh, Kelly. Kelly, would you like to read the rebuttal?
Thank you to affirmative team for presentation of their case. The affirmative team argues that school uniforms make a student feel special when they are seen in public with their nice-looking uniform. They take pride in their school. However, we must respectfully disagree. It could be the case that students from rival schools see each other on board public transportation, such as buses or students on their bicycle or walking, and some dislike or hatred toward another school student can occur. This could be a case where the uniform looked like very good, but many people in a particular city know the uniform represent a very rich school that is difficult to get into. Other students from less competitive or merely average schools might begin to feel resentment towards students from a very good school. Then disturbance in the form of bullying may start.
Yeah, so the word bully, Kelly, you could change to bullying. And so, that was in Tom's speech, the bullying thing. And So let's see. Hey, Tony, are you there? Tony, you have all this wind coming through your window in my house too.
Yeah.
Tony, can you read the blue part here?
Okay. Japanese middle school uniforms of 12 to 14 years old by the French designer Elie.
Okay.
These are expensive uniforms that parents must buy for their children.
Yeah, let me ask you guys, do you like these uniforms? Kevin, do you think these look good?
In Japanese,
Yeah.
in Japan,
Yeah.
the students have the lunch very, very healthy.
Well, some do, but Tony, I worked at one high school. There were these huge boys who were baseball power hitters. Tony, they would get rice, no vegetables, and they would put 5 pieces of pork up on the rice and just eat like gorillas. So the nickname was the Gorilla Boys. So in some schools, yeah, they really watch your nutrition. In places like Tokyo, they have some really cool schools where the mothers and fathers make sure the school lunch is really healthy with lots of vegetables. But when you get away from a big city like Tokyo, Tony, crazy stuff starts happening. Like some of the high schools are really bad, and the teachers, the old teachers who are like 60 years old, the young teenagers start bullying them. It's really bad. Japan has all this like strange stuff that happens in schools outside of Tokyo. So if I look at this, this is pretty good for November, December, January, February, March. But this sweater vest would get really cold in April, May, and June when you still have to go to school. So you could argue against that, you guys. You could say like this: the negative team disagrees with this view that uniforms are good all the time. If the weather gets really hot, we might find ourselves in a school uniform with a tie and a sweater vest. That becomes really uncomfortable. If the school is really strict, we have to take off the sweater vest, and the teacher may not let us do that because they want us to look really good. So, I mean, you have to be careful with those arguments because that can happen. Hey, Shelly, what do you think of these school uniforms? Do you like them?
Yes, I think it's good.
Could you wear this in like Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City or Nha Trang or Da Nang? You have these leather shoes and these high socks. Would this be good for rainy weather? I mean, what if you, yeah, that's what I think. So like if you could take all this off from the knee down and just put on sandals in summer, that would be good. But again, a really high level high school or primary school might not let you do that, right? They might say you have to wear the uniform exactly like we do. Hey, Ian, do you wear a school uniform? Mr. E.
Yes.
Teacher,
Yes.
I very like the weather in Vietnam is windy, so I don't turn on the I not turn on the fan. The wind is very nice.
Yeah, I saw that, Tony. Like you and Tony and Kevin. No, Tony, you had wind coming through your window, and I thought that's a strong fan. It's just natural wind, right?
It's not a window, it's a door.
Oh, okay. Hey, Tony, can you read this part here for us, please?
Debate topic for Saturday, September 20th, 28th, 2024. Some believe that the development of artificial intelligence will benefit humanity. Others think it will bring in more harm than good. Discuss both sides and give your opinion. What do you think of AI? Remember to start with a reflective statement
Yeah.
where here are 5 into we have already learned these three of these
Yeah.
promise to keep practicing with these opening statement.
Nice. Thanks, Tony. Hey, Toby, are you there? Toby has a question. Mr. Toby,
Yes.
how are you, Toby?
Can you say again?
Toby, can you read this part here? These are the school uniform styles, and we'll change these in just a moment. So, Toby, can you read?
Our team firmly believes that school uniform are save parents money on clothes. First and foremost, let clarify our stance. We feel school uniform creates school pride. Allow us to present our case. We present all students to wear school uniform. We are here today to vote for students looking the best in a nice uniform. Let our connection school uniform make all students equal. Let's begin by highlighting the key points of our argument. School uniform creates school pride, make a student feel acquired and save parents money on clothes.
Nice. So, Toby, what we're going to do is take away the uniforms because that's last week's debate topic, and we're going to use AI, so it might look like this. Our team firmly believes that AI is the best way into the future for humans. Let's say people.
I think AI in the future is not good.
Okay, so you're going to jump in with the negative, Tony. So, negative team. Tony just gave you guys a negative team response. Tony, why not? Tell me.
Because I think that the AI is not good.
Why? You have to say why.
I think that somebody the AI will like people, and then in the future the people is not on the earth and robots AI will in the earth.
Wow.
I think that, but I don't know.
Not bad, Tony. Pretty good.
I also think AI is not good because some not good people, they use AI to some good AI to turn to not good AI.
All right, Tony. Tony, I'm going to put this in red because you just did the negative. That's a really good response. Tony, as soon as I'm done changing this to red, can you read it? Because it's a pretty good red negation, you guys. Go ahead, read it.
Where, teacher?
Can you see? What happened to Tony?
The red form?
No, not uniforms. Read this part here, Tony. This is what you just said.
Negative team response pose. Tony Nuggeton. AI is not good because AI will make humans disappear and we will always have robots on Earth. We will disappear completely. Not very good people will use AI for bad.
Really nice, Tony. Now, Tony, if we take one of these negations here, I'm gonna just cut and paste this here, and then I will see copy, and then I go down here. And so we make Tony's negation. He says, I don't think AI is good. And we put it, let's just give it some space. We put it right here, Tony. And then we go like this. And so then I'll take away all of this here, including the dot, 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 dot. And so we have thank you to the affirmative team for presenting their case. However, we must respectfully disagree. AI is not good because AI will make humans disappear and we will only have robots on Earth. We will disappear completely. Not very good people will use AI for bad things. Okay. Who
But
thinks AI is, yeah?
But sometimes AI it's very smart because they know what it's the people think.
All right, Tony, let's use this for our positive thing then, okay? Allow us to present our case for why AI is a good thing. And why is it a good thing, Tony?
Because it's smart and it's helpful to the people, but to the people who know to use the AI robot, and they will do the good thing for our to us.
All right, Tony, that's actually really good too. All right, so it's now almost 9:30, so we've been talking for half an hour. I want to go to breakout rooms, and we're going to talk about AI. Now, remember, your question is, what do you think of AI? Is it dangerous? Is it safe? Can you have a bounce thing like Tony said he was against it here, but here he said it was good. And we're not talking about school uniforms. So let's get these school uniforms out of here because we don't want that for school uniforms. We want to now talk about AI, artificial intelligence, which you guys know a lot about. So we take away the clothes. And so we have AI is the best way into the future for people everywhere on the planet. Then you say, I disagree. AI will make humans disappear. This is how we will do our discussion, you guys. So we have Stella, are you ready for a discussion? A breakout room. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay. Do a breakout room with 2 breakout rooms. I'll stay in the main session if you can stay in the breakout room. And we have 15 students, 13 students. So it will be 7 and 6. We'll create the rooms. And so the topic is AI a good thing or a bad thing? And Stella, you can discuss for 15 to 20 minutes because the students know this topic really well. They should have some good things to say. And thank you for recording the sessions too, because I get to see how hard the students are working. Okay, you guys ready? Here we go.
Teacher, who's gonna stay here?
Okay, that's fine. And that's a question. There's in the chat. I put that for everyone. All right, I'm going to move Ms. Cat and Mr. Tom. Where is the Tom? Tom's going to stay here. That's fine. How about the Kelly? Kelly can stay in the main session. And then Kevin, of course, can stay in the main session. And we have Pony. I want to talk to Pony more and talk to Shelly more. And let's see. Okay, you guys. So how many? We have Tom and we have Kat. And we have Kelly and Kevin, I hope. And let's see.
Peter.
Hey, Kelly, good to see you. How about Toby, too? Toby always has good questions. Okay, so we have Tom and Kat and Shelly and Kelly and Kevin and Toby. So, Tom, what do you think of this AI argument?
I think this AI argument does have a point because AI could take over the world at any time.
Okay. So you think it's pretty good?
No, I don't
think. No? Oh, okay. Because you said it will take away work from people?
Not only that, it would also take over the world as well.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, Tom, do you know how to use the chat box?
Yes, I know.
Go ahead, type it in chat because I just wrote Tom and I'll do ... because I only caught 50% of what you said. The question is AI is good? You said no. Tom disagreed. But if you can type why you disagree, that would be fine. And then everyone can look at Tom. The chat box is good. You guys use chat nicely. Other classes do crazy stuff with their chat box, and this isn't good. They start fighting and bullying each other. But you guys are really good students. You don't use your chat box in a strange way. You use it properly. So when you look at the chat box with no spamming, you know, when you look at what Tom writes, you guys can use some of the words he uses, and it's okay to copy each other's style, you guys, in a debate class, because when you're on a debate team, you have 3 people and you're going to be using each other's words and information anyway. So that's why debate is a little bit different than schoolwork, where you have to write a paragraph for your teacher. Your teacher might say, hey, wait a minute, Shelly and Kelly, your work looks almost the same. Did you guys copy each other? But no. In debate, you're supposed to copy each other. It's okay. All right. Yeah. Hey, Kelly, what do you think? Is AI good all the time, good sometimes, or do you think it's evil?
I think maybe now it's a little bit good and a little bit bad,
Okay.
because AI can help student do homework, but I think it's bad.
Ah, yes. Okay.
But in the future, I think AI is very good for people, because they don't need to do anything. They just sit and AI do everything for them.
Yeah. That's good. AI does everything. Kelly, they don't do any work. For my students, sometimes I see these unbelievably beautiful paragraphs and I say, it's too much AI. It's okay to use AI for some phrases. So the advice I always give my students is, if you're having a really difficult time saying something, take AI for ChatGPT or Google AI, and then take like a paragraph, but then change it to your own words. Make them your own words. Read through the paragraph, then say, how would I say this if I was just talking to my teacher about this in class? How would I say it? And so then you just start giving examples, you know, in your own language, your own words. And that always sounds fine in a debate, right? If you're in a debate, you just start reading the AI response, the judges and the people are going to say, come on, you're just reading AI, right? So it makes you sound like a robot, right? Say, oh, no, I'm not Kelly the robot. I'm Kelly the human being. Right. Hey, Mr. Kevin, let's hear from you. What do you think of this AI stuff? And I'm going to write. Go ahead.
I think AI is a bit bad and it's a bit good. So AI is good because AI help us to use more information for our work and our studies.
Yeah.
And AI is bad because AI made the humans be lazy. They just call AI to do things for them, like to take water or to cook food for them. And AI may also make the work of the humans disappear. All the works of the humans is AI is doing the work of the humans. So humans don't need to go to work anymore. The AI will do that. That's all.
Okay. Let me put an example here, Kevin. AI is also good to chat to. My friend, his name was Yerek. He was working for the United Nations on some really important stuff. So he had to leave Hiroshima and his Japanese wife, and she just had a baby boy, but he has to go to Switzerland to do research for the United Nations. And so he was very lonely. He was there for 10 weeks. So his wife said she was too busy to talk to him on Zoom because she's taking care of the noisy baby who's really cute. And so my friend used to have AI conversations, and he would contact me on Facebook and say, can we chat? I said, no, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to bed. And in Zurich, it was only 6 o'clock at night. He was eating his dinner. And he said, but I'm tired of talking to ChatGPT. These AI conversations, they started to be really exciting, but then they became really boring. So I don't know. Maybe if you talk with ChatGPT, it can feel like a human being, but I don't know. It's a difficult one to say. Also, you guys, I'll put this in the chat. AI on ChatGPT sometimes gives wrong answers. Have you guys used it where it gives a wrong answer?
Yes, I have once.
Tom, what happened?
I've once asked, like, what is the history of cocoa beans? And they said the history of cocoa beans, and they give me chocolate instead.
So you want to talk about cocoa beans and it just starts talking about chocolate? Yeah. Hey, Tom, in your class in school, were you studying the West Africa problem of how cocoa beans are picked?
I have once had a project like that I should write about the history of chocolate. So I studied some evidence about cocoa beans. Then I started with it.
Well, Tom, Vietnam really cares about its citizens, and they want children to get as much education as they can all over Vietnam. If it's a poor family or a rich family, they just want it to be equal chance for everybody. But the problem with Africa, there's a country called Ghana. And you know what's really terrible about Ghana, you guys? This is so bad. I really hate
About their computers?
No, they make children, their families have like 6 children, and so they don't have enough money. So they sell the children to go pick cocoa beans. Do you see this boy? He has a dangerous machete. This boy is only like 10 years old, Tom, or 11. He can't go to school. He can't go to primary school. He has to pick the cocoa beans are inside this big thing that's up in the tree. And then he has to do that all day and he gets no education. This boy has to carry the cocoa beans to the collection place. These boys just don't look very happy. They work all day. They get no education.
What about the girls?
The girls, I don't know. It's a good question. If the girls pick the cocoa too, I don't know. Because I always see it's the boys. So I don't know if the girls have to help their mother. Oh, this looks like a little girl in a dress. And what they're doing is they have to go through the cocoa beans to pick the best. Because, when you pick the cocoa beans, inside it's all wet like a watermelon. So you have to dry the cocoa beans. So that's what they're doing here. They're drying the cocoa beans.
Did you know that cocoa beans can actually be eaten raw?
They can what, Tom?
They can be eaten raw.
Yeah. Do they taste good?
Yeah, I once eaten it, and then I thought it was like sweet.
Yeah.
But a bit bitter.
So you can see this is really hard work, you guys. So this is what they look like when they're dry, the cocoa beans, and that's that delicious chocolate taste. But this is when they're red, means they're ready to pick. So red cocoa beans, they actually look yellow or red, and then they pick the cocoa beans and they look like that. All right, so it's a big problem, you guys. That's called child labor. We could actually use that as a topic soon. Should children work? Now, remember, you guys did reward for money. Okay, you guys, let's see what Tom wrote. AI has a lot of bad things like replacing humans and kick the humans out of their work. This is very true. That's really true, Tom. Did you know computer programmers from all around the world, from Russia, India, all these countries, a lot of young people want to become computer programmers. But some people just give AI directions on how to write computer code, and it begins to do that. It starts writing the computer code. And so they don't need humans to write some computer codes now. And that means thousands of people lose their jobs. So do you see, I think that's what Tom's point is, right? All right. Hey, Kat, what do you think of this AI stuff? Miss Kat.
I think AI is quite good, but it cannot completely replace human because it's fallible and unsustainable. If people depend completely on AI, there will become a time when they will become passive, lazy to think and create.
All right, I'll put Kat wrote that. And then also, if we use AI, this is my thought, if we use AI too much, we might miss some solutions to problems that our human brains, and I'm going to put this big caps, our human brains, right, can solve. So we lose our own intelligence. Because I was asking students like Tom and Kevin, you guys like math. Kelly and Shelly, you guys really like math, right? And
I don't like math at all.
oh, you don't like math. I'm sorry, Kevin. Tom.
No, I really like social studies better.
Me too. I love social
Easy
studies.
understanding.
Yeah, I got high scores in social studies and low scores in math, Tom. So I'm similar to you.
Không rõ
So-
chỗ bên nào, thầy không hiểu.
Do you think math makes your brain stronger if you have to do the thinking yourself? Like, what if you just put it into AI and you secretly put your smartphone in your pocket and you started to finish a test using AI for a math problem?
That
You see-
that would actually be a bad thing.
Yeah. If
I
the
heard-
teacher catches.
I heard that once a student lost their smartphone just because of cheating
Yeah.
in an exam.
Now, when I was a teacher in Taipei last year, there was a boy, Michael, from Vietnam. He was very intelligent, but kind of bad behavior. And another boy from Hong Kong named Isaac. And they did their math class all in English with their teacher. Harris was like a math genius. He was only like 24 years old. Yeah, he was very good at English and very good at math. And so Harris asked me, can American high school students use their math calculator? And so we talked about that. Should we let Michael and Isaac use their math calculator? And then he said, finally, he let them use the math calculator because he checked with the Taipei City Teachers Education Ministry. And they said, yeah, for this kind of math thing, it's called logarithms. You can use a calculator because logarithms take a really long time to do, you guys. All right. So let's see. Let's go to one or two more people who didn't get a chance to speak. Shelly, are you there? Hey, Shelly.
Yeah.
Shelly, what do you think of AI?
I think AI is like the good is that help people learn
Hmm.
and the bad is
I don't understand what she says. I just
Okay,
hear.
so here's in chat, Tom. She wrote, impressions of AI. AI is good in some ways. It helps people to learn, but the bad is, Shelly, what is the bad? I'll type that here.
like they make people like robot.
Okay. It can become robotic. Now, if you say like robots, Shelly, like how would you describe a robot? Does it feel human or does it feel cold?
Like
Do you think it's a good experience or kind of weird?
it's bad.
Yeah, can be bad. Maybe the answers all seem the same. Now I used a big word there, fulfilling. Fulfilling is like human language that makes you feel connected to other people. It could be the robot responses like my friend in Switzerland, Yerek. It just doesn't feel good. So there you go. All right, you guys, any more questions on AI? We could close the break rooms and join everybody, see what our answers are. We can discuss with Stella. So I have to close the breakout rooms. I hope Stella got some good responses. She always does, you guys. I have
But
to
I don't understand, teacher. There
what's
some,
that?
there are some people that you didn't even call.
Who didn't I call? Because we only have a few
There's
people.
Kevin.
Yeah.
There's Nina. There's Toby. There's.
Wait, are all these people in our chat room? See, this is what's weird, Tom. In our chat room that didn't show Toby and everybody and Nina.
I can see them.
Oh, see, you can see them. I can't in our
That
chat
was
room.
here.
Well, let's ask them now. We have time, Tom. We have 12 minutes. We can talk to Toby and Nina. So thank you for reminding me. So let's see. Toby, are you there? Toby, where are you?
Yes.
Toby, give us your impressions of AI so I can put it in chat. What do you think of AI?
About AI, I usually think that AI is not good
Okay.
because I think AI is will repair other people just like they make we doesn't think so that they make we just like idiot.
Oh, no. Okay. I don't mean to laugh. It's such a good statement.
I think he
Now-
means that AI is smart and thinks we're the fools.
Yeah. Nefarious. Oh my gosh, Tom used the word nefarious. Wonderful. Nefarious is evil, you guys. Really good. Tom, you said nefarious, right?
No, I said fools.
Wait, one more time, Tom. You said what?
AI thinks since AI was created for humans, they didn't know their creator, and so they think we're the fools.
Oh, okay. All right, Tom, I put that there. Now, Toby, did you change your mind? Do you like AI now?
No,
Okay. And so, Toby, I'll say, I haven't changed my
I
mind.
just disagree and agree.
Okay. I haven't changed my mind on AI. All right, Toby. I'll put that in chat. I haven't changed my mind. There's still makes humans, they look at us like we're idiots, right? Yeah. How about Nina? I want to talk to Nina. Nina, are you there? Nina. Hey, Nina, how are you? Nina, I didn't call out you in our group because I couldn't see your name. Sorry about that. Nina, what do you think of AI?
I think it's not good
Okay, why not?
because some students by doing his homework, they use AI too much and then they don't have a smart brain. Can understand the thing that the teacher planned to say.
Okay. Hey, Nina, does your teacher sometimes see AI paragraphs in English or Vietnamese and then catch the student using AI and get angry?
No,
Okay. Sometimes I see AI and, the student gives me homework and it's a professional writer that looks like beautiful work you see on a internet magazine for traveling or cooking delicious food. I say, there's no way that the student wrote this. It's like a professional high-level writer, Peter, are you there? Mr. Peter. Hello, Peter. Peter. I don't see Peter. How about Bach? Are you there, Bach? Viet Bach. This is a great name, Bach. Bach, are you there? Viet Bach. Well, anyway, let me ask Stella. Stella, did you have any really interesting? Hey, Tom. Stella, did you have any really interesting responses?
Okay, so I could like one of them said that in the future maybe the AI, if they are more than humans, they will like kill everybody, take over the world, and then fight with aliens. That thing I put in
Yeah.
like that. Like they will destroy our Earth, and us humans will be disappear, no more.
Hey, you know what? Another way they will damage the Earth is, Stella, I was watching a YouTube video by a researcher from America, but she was originally from China, and she's doing high-level research on AI. She said that the AI, it takes so much energy and so many computers to do AI that in places like Kazakhstan and Mongolia, out in the country, far away from humans, they build these AI factories. And let me show you guys the AI. AI, they're called AI what? AI, what are they called? Data AI. AI data centers. And her argument against AI was, and this is kind of amazing. Let me show you. If you look at these places, I'll do the share screen. These places use a lot of electric and a lot of water. So it uses electric energy and water energy. This is Asia's biggest one. I think it's in what country? Let's check. In Shanghai, China. You guys, this is the biggest AI in the world. And if you go inside these places, you guys, it looks like this. These are just rows and rows of computer that use unbelievable amounts of electric. And these are the robots that work in these factories. It's all kind of scary. But the woman from China was saying that each of these machines gets so hot from doing AI searches all day long, every second, that they use a lot of water. So it uses so much water. And these are the humans work in these places. You know, it's not robots yet. This, you know, this shows a robot. That's kind of the future. But if you look at them, basically they look like this. They look really weird, like in a science thing like Star Wars. But the problem is that they use so much water. And because the water is used to cool these machines, get so hot that they need lots and lots of water in a data center. So it's called a data center for AI. And so you see, look at how big this room is. And these are all over the world now. Everybody, if you live in a place that only has farms and the local government wants to increase the business and make more money, they let companies come in and start data farms like this because it pays a lot of money. So ChatGPT, Telegram, Twitter, Chrome, Zoom, Microsoft Teams, Google Teams, Zoom, they all use AI data centers. Yep.
Isn't that the biggest computer?
It's the one in Shanghai, yeah.
Yeah. One time when you said you were gonna talk about the Tintin book.
Which one is it, Tom?
You said one time you said you're going to talk about the Tintin book, like in the first part.
The what? I can't understand the.
I said that one time you said we were going to talk about the Tintin books or something. It was like the first period.
Can you type it in? Because I don't understand that word. Just type the thing I was going to talk about. That should be okay. By the way, that's what the cooling system looks like. You have pumps and a cooling tower, and this uses so much fresh water, you guys, that they're afraid that AI is using too much fresh water. So that's one of the major problems with AI. It's just using too much water. And so if you're a poor area that needs water for its farmers, AI will take away all the water. All right, Tom, I'm waiting for that thing I wanted to talk about. And so then all you have to do is just write what I wanted to talk about, and then I'll see if I can talk about it. All right. Okay, so for the homework, you guys, the homework is you guys write one paragraph, try to use the debate language if you support AI or if you don't. If you don't support AI, one moment, please. If you don't support AI, then try to use.
So can I go to Google and I check, is that AI good or not?
Yeah, you can do that. Of course you can do that. Hey, Tom, I'm laughing because you wanted to talk about Tintin. Wait one second. All right, I'm sorry.
I am too big.
Guys, Tintin. Yeah, did I show you the picture of Tintin?
What is Tintin?
Tintin. Okay, so there's a student we have from Germany. His name is Tintin. He's in my Saturday night reading class.
It's very funny name.
Yeah, it's a funny name. It comes from 90 years ago, you guys. Tintin was made in France, so they probably had this cartoon in Vietnam in the 1920s because the French were in Vietnam. Here's what Tintin looks like, you guys. This is the famous Tintin and his little dog. And Tintin goes on all of these adventures. These two rich British men send him on the adventures. The captain
and Thompson.
Yeah. And then the captain helps Tintin. He always has his happy dog. And this is the professor. The professor helps Tintin too. Tintin goes to the moon. So do you see, these are all the Tintin comics in French. These, you could buy these comic books like manga. Now, Tom, you asked a great question. Tintin in Vietnamese, it could be that they wrote Tintin in Vietnamese for people to read like 75 years ago. Yeah, look at, there was Tintin in Vietnam. And this is probably from like 70 years ago, you guys, because in the 1940s and 50s, there were French kids and Vietnamese kids who liked to read about Tintin, right? So that's kind of cool, right?
I have the one in English, not
You have
in
the one in
Vietnamese.
English. Look at Tintin goes to Vietnam. It's in French. So he goes to Vietnam to visit Vietnam. Here's another one, right? So let's see, is this actually in Vietnamese? Or is it in French? Hey, you guys, look, it's in Vietnamese. So, just the last question.
Castafore.
Yeah, would you guys be interested in reading
Captain
this?
The enemy.
Yeah. Hey, Kelly, would you be interested in reading Tintin in Vietnamese?
No,
No, why not?
I like it in English more.
Yeah, it's probably better to practice your English more. Tintin is so famous, you guys, that they use Tintin on a Vietnamese restaurant. So it's well known in Vietnam, right?
This is Tintin Saigon.
Tintin in Saigon with his rickshaw, right? Or you guys say thing, right? So, you know, Tintin was well known in Vietnam. Tintin in Tibet. Okay. All right. So there you go.
Code.
So, hey, Tom, Kevin wrote, no matter what is AI, they cannot replace people from work because AI is something sometimes wrong and they need people to fix it. Nice work, Kevin.
Very correct. Sometimes it's wrong. I know it.
All right. So do you guys understand your homework? Talk to me for 1 minute or 2 minutes about AI, good things, bad things. Try to use debate language like I support AI because, I am against AI because. If you can't do the video or you can't do an audio, you can always write me a paragraph too, right? You have two options to do that. So we're always flexible in our debate classes here, okay?
Hi.
Any questions, you guys, who did an amazing job, a great job? Stella, thank you so much for helping. And I promise I'll look at what you guys did in your class because AI always makes good discussion amongst the students. So thank you, Stella, for your hard work as usual.
No worries.
No worries, okay. Mr. Tom, thank you for helping me. Ian, wonderful work. Shelly, really good. Kelly, thanks so much. Tony, thank you. Kevin, thanks a lot. And let's see, we have Nina and Shelly and Kelly and Tony. I want to make sure I say goodbye to everyone.
And Toby.
Tony and Toby and Pony. I love that name. Toby and Pony and Peter and Tony and Kelly and Ian and Chow. Thank you so much, you guys. We'll see you next week, and I'll put the homework in Zalo, okay?
Okay.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye, teacher.
Bye-bye, teacher.
Bye, teacher.
Have a great Saturday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, teacher.
Bye-bye, Tony.
See you tomorrow.